Today's Geek Food Friday is alcoholic, so that can only mean one thing. I'm gonna be both fun and professional. Today on Geek Food Friday, we're gonna board the Normandy and go hunting throughout the universe for a beverage known as Serrice Ice Brandy. Now, if you haven't heard of Serrice Ice Brandy, then that's probably because you haven't played the video game series called Mass Effect. Mass Effect is a phenomenal RPG video game series developed by BioWare where you play as Commander Shepard to defend both humanity and the rest of the universe from... I'll just leave it as a whole bunch of spoilers because if you haven't played the game, you should go play it, and I'm not going to go ruin the plot for you because then that'll just kill hundreds of hours that you would waste doing other, probably more productive things. And I'm going to spill my drink. I should put it down. Mass Effect is one of my favorite RPGs out there, so I was super excited when one of my friends from high school recommended that I do a Mass Effect themed Geek Food Friday. I went back and dusted off my Xbox to go play the original Mass Effect for some inspiration, and decided to do a Serrice Ice Brandy recipe that was also gluten-free. One important thing for making this drink gluten-free is you have to do a lot of research before you go out and buy spirits. There are a lot of flavorings and there are a lot of additives to the non-standard hard alcohols, especially when you get into liqueurs, that hide a bunch of gluten and they aren't very obvious from their labels. So I've tried to do a decent amount of research on a couple alcohols that I could get that were a really bright blue color for this recipe, but general advice for doing gluten-free alcoholic beverages, always do your research beforehand. Go on to celiac.org, celiac.com, Stuffed Pepper. There's a whole slew of resources out there where you should go and double check that a specific brand and alcohol is gluten-free before you purchase and serve it. Because you may be serving gluten even though you don't really realize it. So on to the recipe. Like I said, today we're preparing a Serrice Ice Brandy, which is inspired by the Mass Effect series. It is a drink in the video game that you go out as a side quest to obtain for your onboard doctor. And in the process, you can drink it with the doctor and your character can get insanely drunk. I wanted to make a really cool and fun drink that when you prepare it and serve it at a party, people will really be surprised because of its multi-layered drink effect. The other awesome part of it is that the multi-layering of the drink relies upon science. In order to make this gluten-free Serrice Ice Brandy, you will need Grenadine, club soda, Elise Bleu Passion, and some good old cognac. So what we're going to do first is we're going to pour a little bit of Grenadine into these shot glasses. You really don't need a lot. I like using tall shot glasses because it'll make it easier to make the drink, and they just look really cool. The next thing we're going to do is actually mix the drink, which is actually really super easy. 3 ingredients. We're going to take the cognac, and we're just going to add about 50 milliliters. Add the Elise, and you'll want to add 150 milliliters. See, and now we got this crazy cool green color going on. And finish it off with some club soda for about another 100 milliliters. Alcohol will make my burps go away, right? And if you're serving this drink for a party, I would recommend that you assemble this beforehand. Part of the reason is that if you mess up this next part a little bit, it'll give the drink some time to settle and separate. Because what we're going to do is that we are going to pour this drink slowly on top of the grenadine syrup. And what we'll end up with is 2 layers of a drink where it's right at the bottom and this really cool kind of like science fiction-y looking green on top. And the way that works is that it is based on physics. There is a different density in the syrup than there is in the rest of the drink. If you pour this one drink into the grenadine syrup too fast, what'll happen is that it'll mix with the rest of the drink and you won't have that cool separation effect. So here's a neat trick in order to help make that separation a little bit easier. Here's your shot glass. We're going to take the bottom of the spoon, have it face up, and I like to use a cup that has a bit of a spout on it to make it easier to pour. And we are just going to very slowly have the spoon resting inside of the shot glass, and we are just going to slowly pour the drink on top. And the hope is that we're going to have a cool separated drink effect. How did I do? I could have done better. Okay, we'll try again on this one. Let's put that as far close to the syrup as possible. Helps if you have a really delicate hand. And I like to use a cutting board underneath, because if you're anything like me, you're going to notice that it's going to look like your shot glass is peeing all over the table. That went so much better! It's okay, shot glass. Tons of people wet themselves if they have too much alcohol. Okay, so it's actually pretty good that I messed up the first one, because this is going to have an example of what happens when you are really good with pouring it versus when you're less good. If you look off to the left side, that is going to have a really awesome cool effect where it's separated. While over here, I was a little bit less impatient with the pouring. I poured a little bit faster, and the bottom of the spoon wasn't close enough to the surface of the syrup to where it mixed some of that drink as it was pouring, and you have this kind of more graduated mixed solution. See? Super easy, super simple Geek Food Friday recipe that's perfect for parties. Now on the blog, you'll see the recipe for both this alcoholic version and a kid-friendly non-alcoholic version of the Serrice Ice Brandy. Leave your comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed today, and I will see you next Geek Food Friday. Bye!
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the vlog this week. Be sure to hit subscribe to get notified whenever a new vlog entry, Geek Food Friday, or Food Tip Wednesday is posted. And be sure to go check out Gluten Free Crumbly for more gluten-free recipes and food tips. Have a great day. Bye!